Hey everyone, it is Anna. I'm so glad to have you guys here. Thanks so much for joining. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today is decisions. So I think oftentimes what happens in our decisions is that we get stuck, right? We don't want to make the right one, or we don't know how to make this decision. And what I wanted to talk about today is this concept behind decision making and actually the science behind it, as well as what's the one thing that's holding you back from making decisions, and then what you can do going forward to quit the indecisiveness. Okay. So, decision making, right? Oftentimes, a lot of people don't make decisions because they want to make the right decision. And I say right because it is such a false narrative. I think sometimes when it comes to making the right decision, people are like, oh my gosh, like I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, and I need to think about all these different things. And if I don't do this one thing, then it's going to fall apart. And a lot of that that stems from of being right, quote unquote, is this idea that I need to perform well. I need to be perfect and I can't fail. If I fail, then people aren't going to like me. If I fail, then I'm not going to be accepted into society. If I fail, people aren't going to see me as worthy or enough. So it's really breaking down those concepts, or and just like those preconceived notions, right? And oftentimes what happens, because we get into this thing of indecisiveness, we're like, we're thinking, we're like, oh, is this right? Is this right? Is this right? Is that it just, one, it makes our head swirl, lots of overthinking. But then two, what happens is that it leads to no action. And inaction is actually worse than action. And what I tell people when it comes to making decisions is that the Lord is going to lead you on the right path, whatever that may be. Even if you take action, one of two things are going to happen. One is that you made the decision and it's going to keep working for you and you keep going down that path, or you learn from the decision and you move on and you repivot. At the end of the day, the Lord is going to put you on the path that you need to be put on anyways. So why try to just overthink and, just not really sure about what to do, right? So that's kind of, the science behind decision making. And again, that one thing that's holding you back is making this right decision. There is no right decision. The only right decision is, am I living in alignment with God? Am I living in alignment to what He wants me to be as a disciple or as a brother and a sister to someone? If yes, that's the right decision. And He's going to take you back on that path, whether it's the one that you made, you're going to keep going down, or you're just going to repivot and reassess, which is totally okay. Those are totally great things. And again, inaction is worse than action. I tell people, don't sit in this maybe, don't sit, I don't know, I'm not sure. Let me think about it. Let me get some time. That is fear-based. What you want to do, I tell people this, is make it your heck yes. Have it be your heck yes until it's your heck no. Make it your heck yes. And if it's not your heck yes, then the answer is no. Pretty simple, right? So what I tell people when it comes to how to make a decision, right? So how do we make it in like less than 5 minutes? It is really simple. And I tell people, disclaimer, this is not for big decisions such as like who you're going to marry, or if you're buying a house, or like big life career transitions. Like those are things that you actually do want to take some time and really actually think about. Like, I don't want you just like, oh yeah, like this guy I meet, he's my heck yes, and I'm going to marry him. Don't do that. Don't do that. But these are more for the day-to-day decisions, right? So that we don't get stuck in this wheel, right? So to make a decision, like these day-to-day decisions, set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes, it is sole focused attention on this decision that you're going to make. You could do anything that you want. You can write down a list of positives and negatives. You can pray. Maybe you phone a friend, whatever it may be, but it's only for 5 minutes. You have no more time, no less time than that. You dedicate 5 minutes to it, solely making that decision. Excuse me. And then after those 5 minutes, once the timer goes off, you have a choice to make. It's either yes or it's no to whatever answer, whatever decision you're making, right? So you cannot end your 5 minutes with, I don't know, or maybe. It has to be a yes or it has to be a no. Those are one of your only two options. And then from there, once you make that decision, right, that pathway, be happy and be confident about your decision and stick with your decision. Once you make your decision, you can't go back and forth. It's not ping pong. We are just choosing a decision. And that's so important because that's going to build your confidence in your decision making of, hey, I have this short time frame. This is everything that I'm thinking. This is my decision. This is why I made this decision, and I'm going to stick with it. That's the key, is sticking with it. And through that, you're really, really going to build your confidence and just everything in that. So again, set a timer, 5 minutes. You can only think about that decision then, and then you have a choice at the end of those 5 minutes. And maybe is not an option. Maybe your I don't know is not an option. You have to make a decision. If you want more tips and tricks like this, you can definitely go to my Facebook page. It's right here on the bottom. It's called the Soothing Stress Collective. On the tag, it says follow along meditations and things like that. But we also provide tips on mind, body, spirit, wellness, and connection. And what I do as a stress burnout coach is really helping my high achievers and my business owners relieve stress so that they feel fulfilled both at home and in the office. So feel free to join below, comments, maybe talk about, for example, a recent decision that you made and that you stuck with. I'd love to hear what's going on with you guys in that. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.